Good evening, LBE community, wherever you may be. First of all, happy Black History Month, and we are reminding everyone that Black history is America's history. And this evening's special segment, this is the first edition where we are keeping our commitment. We, the Lived Black Experience Project, we are keeping our commitment to follow, to keep, to celebrate and remember the seven Kwanzaa principles. And so, welcome to this very special edition. This is our very first Kummba, which is creativity. It is actually the sixth principle of the Kwanzaa principles. And this is our commitment to do always as much as we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than how we found it or how we inherited it. And so the wonderful thing about being a part of the lived Black experience is to be able to discover and highlight all of the many different facets of our team. And so this evening, we're featuring our LBE resident facilitator, Sister Khara House, in a different light. She is a very gifted writer, and we've seen a bit of that um, in some of our previous live streams. But this live stream this evening features Sister Khara House, and as the poetess that she is, and we get to hear some of her flow, and we'll be coming to you every first Thursday of the month with the Kummba Project, which will feature Sister Khara House. And so, without further ado, there you are. How
Hello,
are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. I am so excited about this evening, and to for you to be able to bless us with what Spirit has blessed you with. And so I don't want to prolong anymore. I'm ready to hear what it is that you have to share with us. So take it away.
All right. Well, as always, welcome to everyone who's joining us tonight. It's Black History Month, so I wanted to focus this first Kummba 365 project reading on poems that are celebrating our African, Indigenous, and diasporic heritage. After the conversation that we had last night with just heart stirringly supportive sisters of the Common Good Collective, I found my mind lingering on ideas of healing and gardens and food and flight and a few other themes that somehow just overtook my mind with ideas for the poems I'm going to be sharing for tonight. I've also been thinking a lot about the nature of Black joy, celebration, and reverence for our history and past. I've had a surprising number of conversations leading up to this February and was stricken by the statements of some who were really questioning whether the Black community was celebratory enough when it came to recognizing our own history. And it made me question the perceived nature of celebration, particularly Black celebration. So I try and touch on that a bit in these poems as well. This first poem, called Seeding, honors heritage and ancestry and takes us back to creation for a celebration of life and the mingled recognition of the beauty of resilience. Seeding. We were born in the clutches of carbon, entombed in a mantle of roseate wings that carried us over the spirit-breathed shell of red river clay and plum and baobab flesh, skin fresh and sun-kissed. We kissed each puckered blossom our lips could touch. Each morning you rose like a starling, I sank like a fish, and we knew and named all there was, all that breathed, until each breath expired. And you learned first the nature of seeding, of plucking fragments of life and sinking them into earth to be born again. It gave you pleasure to be so sacredly entrusted with the gift of life. While I knew the gift of living, of sacrosanct screams and torn flesh and bones grown in the belly of other bones, and skins torn asunder by the prickling clutch of other skins. I knew as blessed as it was to breathe, so too to break. I came to you with a harvest. This next poem was partially inspired by last night's conversation with the Common Good Collective and the idea of safe spaces, particularly safe Black and Brown spaces. And it's called A Black Space. I'm looking for a Black space, any space for Blackness, a womb, or the crescent crooked fragment of an unlit cave, where echoes sing the drops of nature's tears, like the cadence of maternal whispers, soon, soon, soon. Any space will do that can hold the depths of a soul that breaks and a mind that races to the moon, the adulterous and wayward rings of dust motes speckled with stars that once shone in eyes like mine. Deep in the belly of the Congo, the swallowing breath of savanna heat, the wrinkled chasm tearing a seam back to the cradle of Kemet, of Eden, Alkebulan. I'm only looking for a space, a puncture or punctuation, a period in which to curl and rest, a comma in which to pause. A whole note, a softly spoken decrescendo, a ghostly shadow cast upon the page that wraps our bones, like gauze, holds us together but only in fragments, in fractions cut by the heavy M dash, sung out like the old Negro spiritual. I ain't got long. To stay here for a Black space, an ocean cavern filled with carboned fish who carry the memory of the souls of Black folk long drowned in their depths, who seasoned the seabed with their flavor, their favored spice that dared defy, to cry sacred words that once carried us to the sky, before sinking, dissolved like salt on the tongue, to the brackish depths in which Black spaces lie. The next poem is titled The Murmuration of Bees, and I found myself thinking of the beauty in Black music, even in songs that recognize deep points of pain in our history. In particular, I kept thinking of Billie Holiday and the song Strange Fruit, and her defiance of the expectation to only entertain in her insistence of sharing real, albeit painful, truth in her performances. I thought of the southern trees and their strange fruit and thought of images of beauty and innocence mixed with pain, which brought me somehow to this image of our strange history co-conspirers, bees. This is The Murmuration of Bees. The morning glories in the breeze, dappled with dew like a clutch of pearls that rattle the necks of little girls, have known the murmuration of bees. The hollow husks of southern trees, dangled with the darkened skin of breaths that never breathe again, have known the murmuration of bees. The heated bend of lovers' knees, illumined by the gentle sighs of honeyed tongues and vibrant eyes, have known the murmuration of bees. The lighted paths of bright marquees, where flowered voices sweet and fresh sing of burnt and blackened flesh, have known the murmuration of bees. The brambles and the bryonies, clothed by the one who understands the broken faith of fallen hands, have known the murmuration of bees. And I, daughter to all of these, the field, the father, the bracken lance, affixed by hapless circumstance, and all of ancient Afric shore who sup that motherland no more, who know the weight of ageless fear of all beloved disappeared. Oh, we the kin to all of these have known the murmuration of bees. I know I've shared a few times about my love of the concept of Sankofa, the call to go back and bring forward that which we've left behind. This next poem is called Go Back and Fetch It, and it reflects on that connection in Black culture between past, present, and future. Go back and fetch it. History tell us we've been here long time. Our bones echo the ancestors, call us cradled to the preternatural tree whose roots anchor and disperse us through time. We climb the shadows of dawn, push starling among the stars that form for us the longitudinal line, pushed coughing, racked and wretched onto novel shores that madden our minds and marinate our offspring in the zests of loss. We've been here long time. We born of the belly toughened by a cacophony of cotton, of indigo that seeps beyond skin deep, speckles our genes with an inheritance of enchantment, the sprinkling of blessed bee among a curse rent asunder, the power to bend ugliness phototropically toward the divine, the beauty, the kindred kindling keeping us alive, at least breathing and believing. Long, long time, we shatter taboo, stretch backward, fetch that which only fractured memory left behind. Learn to carry our waters and season with salt, hold sanctity on our tongues, and swallow the seeds that take root, even now, even as we rise and walk the sacred skies, our mothers breadcrumbed from manna to fufu to hoe cakes. Roasted on these shores, we come to call our own. Our own. Yes, seeded and ripened by our own, broken and mended by our own, brick upon brick and bone upon bone, our own, our own. We tell it true. We've been here long time. My last poem tonight is called A Celebration and was written in honor of and in homage to Lucille Clifton, who so many Black poets I know consider a mother of Black poetry, and what one author referred to as a Sankophic poet. Poems that draw deeply on the Black experience, recall the past, honor the present, and work to change our future. I'll wrap up here just to reflect again on the nature of Black joy and celebration, and the mingling that we do and all the ways we connect with and through our culture. A celebration for Mother Clifton. Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life? Lucille Clifton. Let us meet at the river where our mothers drowned, shirts in the water, wringing their hands, holding us under, baptized in clay, while the wings of doves rippled free of our spines to hold us in place, yes, and give us space to breathe against the strangulation of our capture. Sing with me a celebration of life, a ring shout setting our souls aflame. We done been overcame. Choir call up the valley bones, the secret moans in cypress and living oak, the bottle trees leaved in green glass. We capture the haint that haunts our dreams, the echo call for freedom, oh freedom, for a drinking gourd to dip and follow. Rain our heads Pentecostal by the waters of Babylon, where our mothers wept. Melody, this simple life, scratch from red river clay, bone from father's side digging us a hollow, a secret space to clutch these pearls, wisdom salted by the sea of Atlas, beyond the pillars of Heracles, that our captors' chains have failed, oh yes, and we still here. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful. I hear in your work, um, and I think I've told you this before, you are an old soul. Um, and in your work, I don't know, it reminds me, I hear a voice of someone who has been here for a long time. And as you said, we've been here a long time, and I hear that. Um, where do you think that energy comes from?
I think exactly what you said. There is, I really think that so often when it comes to especially our poetry, um, it's not just us. Like it is not just me putting these words on the page. Um, and it's something that I think connects us to our past and connects us to those who have gone before, our ancestors and our families, and those that were left behind, and those who came across with us and guide us even now. So I think that's certainly part of it.
Beautiful. Well, bless you for being open, for allowing those voices, or sometimes I get a sense it may be that same voice, that same ancestor that has chosen to speak through you. And so bless you for being open and allowing uh, that sacred being to have its voice, and bless this platform, this space, um, and this evening and last evening for sure was a Black space.
Mhm.
Um, and for that we're humbled to be able to be the keepers of this space. And so this was a beautiful beginning. We're just into day 3 of Black History Month, and we definitely are people who are creative, and we've had to, in order to endure uh, life here in America, we have had to be creative, reinvent ourselves, sing our songs, say our words, speak in our dialects and our tones, and that is what this month is all about, to celebrate and acknowledge that. So thank you for getting us off to a beautiful, creative beginning of this month. And I am excited to hear what else you bring us in the coming months as we acknowledge Kwanzaa, the Kwanzaa principle of Kuumba creativity for the next 365 days. And so, to our Flagstaff community, to our LBE family and community, to all of our supporters, thank you for joining us and celebrating with us. And we will see you a few more times this month as we bring uh, various topics to you as we're celebrating uh, Black History Month. And so until we meet again, go in grace.